Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an absolutely wonderful show coming your way today. We got this guest coming from New York, but she is a world traveler, so she travels all over the place. And we got this absolutely fantastic topic that I believe that we all need to have a better understanding of it. And I'm not going to give it away right now, but what I would like to do is patch and lock in everything at the same time: television, radio, live stream, podcasts, everything at the same time. So, Todd, let's do it.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phases and stages. These are your experiences that teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. James is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the James Cooley Foundation. James is here to equip you to strive for greatness and to overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, James Cooley.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and we got an absolutely wonderful show coming your way today. Hey, Todd, you already know my favorite saying. I think people need to just grab about 8-9 bags of popcorn right now, because it's not the movies, but this guest that we got on today is going to bring it. So I am so excited about the show. What are your thoughts, Todd? I know you had an opportunity to look at some of the stuff.
Yes, it's an exciting show. We all need to take care of our health. You talked about getting bags of popcorn. So maybe because Dr. Jenny's on, maybe we need an alternative to butter. Maybe we'll put avocado oil on the popcorn today.
I think we can do that. But wherever you're watching us at, whether you're watching us on E360 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, over 55 Live streaming platform, welcome to the show. And if you want to be part of this conversation, once we get started, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any question that you might. I promise you we'll get you an answer. Or you can pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170, KCBQ, AM 1170, FM 96.1 out of San Diego. Todd, I cannot get the show started without bringing the executive producer in and having her introduce the show. So how are you doing, Dr. Cooley? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited about this guest. We had a chance to meet her last December at this amazing gala, and I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about that. But her and her husband, they're just fine people to meet. And, she has, wow, not that she continues to do some amazing things. I mean, I'm going to have time to read her bio, so I'm just going to put a little highlights on a couple of things that she has done and continues to do. And again, we're just so excited to have her on the show today.
Wow. I'm excited to have her, so I'll tell you what, can you tell our viewers and our listeners the title of the show, purpose of the show, and introduce this great guest?
Yes. So the title of today's show is called Functional Medicine. We're having a sit-down conversation with Dr. Jenny Vaughn-Curtman. She's an entrepreneur, CEO, biochemist, naturopathic doctor, television personality, and producer. She's going to talk about so many things: hormone therapy for men and women, vitamin D-3, probiotics, how to prevent and reverse cancer without harmful meds, how to lose weight naturally, how to get off of prescription drugs. And so let me tell you a little bit about her. So prepare to be inspired by the remarkable journey of Dr. Jenny Vaughn-Curtman, a beacon of innovation and leadership in the healthcare industry. Recently honored as one of the top 50 fearless leaders by the International Association of Top Professionals, Dr. Jenny's trajectory is nothing short of extraordinary, with a remarkable career spanning over 25 years. Dr. Jenny is a pioneering force in functional medicine and holistic wellness, armed with a PhD in philosophy and alternative biblical medicine. Coupled with her expertise as a naturopathic doctor, she has pushed the boundaries of healthcare excellence to the unprecedented levels. At the helm of AgeVital Wellness, Dr. Jenny's brainchild stands as a testament to her vision and passion, a groundbreaking hub of innovation, research, and transformation. Wow, her influence extends far beyond the confines of her practice. A sought-after lecturer, international keynote speaker, she has educated healthcare providers on topics ranging from the endocannabinoid system, custom compounding pharmaceuticals, functional medicine, to alternative cancer solutions. Wow, she has contributed to her industry and has been consistently lauded. She has received accolades such as being voted the top holistic expert of the decade in 2022 and top global impact leader, healthcare leader of 2023. I'm going to let her talk about herself. So please welcome to the show, Dr. Jenny Vaughn-Curtman.
Hi, look at you too. You make me smile. Like, it's so contagious, right? And it's like, who doesn't want a little bit of dopamine?
It is contagious. And I tell you what, just being around you and your husband and a lot of other folks in December, that was so wonderful. We really enjoyed that
Oh, yeah.
time.
I felt like we were in the room all alone, just the four of us. We're our own we were vibrating at a whole different level.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So, just like Michelle had mentioned about your buyer, it's so many things that you're doing, that you continue to do, that you continue to evolve in. Can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit more about you? What makes you click, and what are your passions?
Oh, goodness. I was just talking to somebody about this. It was actually my personal assistant because she asked me. And then she's like, Dr. Jenny, why, what, why are you so passionate? I don't know. I have so much that I've overcome since I was born. I was born in a third world country, and I just felt like these demonic forces always, in my family, these generational curses and things like that, where it's like at such a young, early age, I'm getting comfortable because I'm so close to the screen and my head looks so big. I'm like, oh my gosh, how come you look normal and I look like this? I just feel like the powers and principalities broke me so young. And I'm like, God put me on this planet not to be a victim, but to rise from the darkness and realize that the world needs a whole lot of happiness and joy and less mental health antagonizers that are everywhere, everywhere. We're surrounded by antagonistic things intentionally being designed to make you anxious, depressed, give you cancer, give you insomnia, erectile dysfunction. It's like when you look at the poisons in our skincare, the poisons on our face, and over prescribing of allopathic medications and drugs that we know have black box warnings, it's like can possibly give you an autoimmune disorder. 35% of, it's like, why would we take something that's going to degenerate us? It's so that's, my passion comes from all of that. It encompasses starting as a little girl where I know what doctors were trying to put me on. I'm like, no, that's not what I need. You need faith, love, hope. You need to be inspired. You need to be spoken life into. Right?
And you're absolutely right. You have to be spoken life into. And just the vibes coming from you, you can tell that you are passionate about everything you do. If you had to choose one adjective to describe who is Dr. Jenny, what adjective would that be? And tell our viewers and listeners why.
Let's see, it's Proverbs 31, right? And I don't know if people know what that means. What is
Yes.
Proverbs 31?
Okay.
It's a superwoman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is the queen bee. And that was what my grandma used to tell me to be. She said, God created you to be more than what you are every day. Your challenge every day is to be better than the day before.
That is some superb advice. So hey, Dr. Jenny, we got about 3 minutes before the break, 2.5 minutes. What made you decide to get into medicine and also the wellness industry?
When I was going to college, let's see, I was 19 years old, I was always getting migraines. Oh, so many migraines. It's just my head was pounding. It's like everyday clockwork. And I didn't realize it was all in my food. And I remember sitting in a biochemical class and my professor's going through the sugar pathways, fructose, glucose, sucrose, right? And he's like, there's only 3 sugars in our body. And I'm like, 3? I'm looking at my Gatorade. I'm like, well, what's high fructose corn syrup? Because that's not on there. Is that the same as fructose? And he's like, no. And he's like, let's look up the molecular structure, and then putting the different structures together and looking at God's version and then looking at the bastardized version of it. And I was like, well, why on earth would they put a synthetic version in our drinks when they can use the real thing?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, could that be causing migraines? Like something that is unnatural to our bodies, could that cause you to have a symptom of something? He's like, absolutely, because your body's being poisoned. And I'm like, boom, 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 boom. It was a eureka, James. It was a eureka. I'm like, oh my God. Awake. It was like a light bulb went off right there.
And once that light bulb goes off, I mean, it's just kind of like a new direction, a new path has been identified. So we want to hold that thought. But I tell you what, as you see, I told you grab about 8-9 bags of popcorn because she getting ready to bring it. If you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching us on, ask any questions that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. I promise you, if you got a question, we'll get you an answer, because it's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do. I am a leader. I am a senior. I will be one of the leaders of this world. So, if you know yourself, and if you love yourself, you got the confidence, you can share yourself, you can be who you are. It doesn't matter if you short, tall, fat, big, whatever, black, white, pink, gold, purple. It doesn't matter. You step up with confidence. You are a masterpiece. You are a leader.
I've seen a smile convey I love you. I'm proud of who you are. The one that keeps us close when we're apart. Talking from the darkness of all that we've been through. It seems that there might be a way to leave behind the loneliness we've known and live again life of need.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, we got absolutely fantastic guests of ours here today. And I tell you, she wears so many hats, but she wears them well, including the hat called Doctor. you know, and today we're talking about functional medicine, and just like what Dr. Jenny had mentioned, a lot of things that we're overcome with because of over meds and some of the things that we need to pay a little bit more attention to so it won't cause other issues and other problems. And so we're getting ready to dive deep into that. And if you want to be part of this conversation, whichever platform you're watching us on, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask any questions that you might have. We'll get you an answer or pick up the phone, call the radio station, KCBQ, FM 96.1, FM 1170, answer, many more. And just tell us what you want to do. We'll put you on there. Dr. Jen. So the topic of today is functional medicine. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners exactly what is functional medicine?
Functional medicine is when you're using evidence-based medicine in order to attack any symptoms that you have. So functional meaning we know we're in a toxic environment. We know that everyone's a cheater in some way, shape, or form, right? Cheating on that piece of chocolate, cheating on that, extra large hot dog, cheating on pizza, all of the, fried chicken. We're all going to do it. Everybody has cheat days or cheat, forevers. They're going to be naughty with their food. And God wants us to enjoy life, right? But he also wants us to take care of our temple. So functional medicine really is biblically sound because it's like you can eat, pray, and be merry. Just don't overdo it, right? Everything in moderation. Don't be gluttonous. Don't overdo everything that you're doing. We know it tastes delicious. Enjoy life and make sure you're taking the supplements that make the body function the way it should function, right? Taking care of your guts. You don't get bloated. You don't get crampy. You don't get gassy or belchy. You got heartburn. You got acid reflux. You feel inflamed because you overate and you ate all the wrong stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's functional medicine. Functional medicine is like moderation. Enjoy life. We're not going to take away the things that you love. We're not going to tell you can't eat pizza or you can't eat fried chicken or you can't have a cheat day at a fast food restaurant. And no, but you're going to take your digestive enzymes. You're going to take your probiotics. You're going to take your gut support, your butyric acid and your L-butyrate, right? We're going to make sure we're going to be the mechanics that go in there and rotate your tires, look up in your trunk, make sure you're running on the right type of octane.
Hey, Doc.
Such good energy, Mr. Cooley.
How does this different than conventional medicine? What are the differential pros and cons to both?
What was your question?
How does this differ from conventional medicines?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
what are the different? What are the pros and cons to both?
Well, conventional medicine is cookie cutter, right? It's the 1 minute, 2 minute office visit. They have Band-Aids for boo-boos. They got size 3, size 6, and size 10. Which one are you? Throwing darts. Here's a good example. It's like you go to a doctor's office and you're going in for thyroid, test your thyroid, sends you to get labs. You get those labs. It comes back that you're, deficient in thyroid, that you have hyperthyroid or you have hypothyroid. Okay, for someone that has hypothyroid. So they did the right panels, but then they prescribed the wrong medications. They're giving Armour thyroid, which is what? Pig hormone, pig thyroid. And humans are taking it. Whoa, my gosh. You're not a pig. Why would you take pig hormone? Why would you take pig hormone? And its side effects include, yeah, because I'm not a pig and my body's going wink, wink. what did you just give me? And then it's in there like a little pinball machine causing all sorts of damage to your natural system. As opposed to doing physiologic thyroid or a natural thyroid, right? Or fixing the thyroid gland by making sure that, wow, is she fully folated? Does she have folate in her body? Does she have B12 in her body? Or he? Let's go and actually look at the chemicals that God put in our body that you can test through blood, through urine, and look at those deficiencies. When's the last time you went to an allopathic doctor, a mainstream doctor? And he's like, well, let's check your CoQ10 levels. Joe, do you know what your, L-lysine levels are? L-lysine, an amino acid. You can test for this stuff. You can actually be comprehensive with your body. We know all about the body, the human body. We know all about it already. Amino acids, B complex, essential fatty acids. We know the digestives and how things work. We learned this in school. So then why are we putting poisons in the body in place of the natural substances that belong in our body? Why do we make folic acid when God already made folate?
So I think just listening to you, functional medicine is more of kind of like a holistic. I'm just asking, holistic approach.
Well,
Opposed to the conventional cookie cutter, where if you have some symptoms of it, they automatically give you this right here.
Yeah.
So in doing this, how can you address the root cause? Case in point, the other day I found out that the traditional doctor visited only 7 minutes, 8 minutes, and they don't have a whole lot of time to really chat with the patients because it's a numbers thing and getting them in and out. And sometimes the wrong medicine is prescribed because they didn't take the time to understand exactly what was going on. So what are your thoughts on that?
Exactly. Well, functional medicine is not holistic, but although holistic is a lot better than the mainstream medicine, right? Holistic is more, herbal and like that. You still have to be very careful with herbal, supplements and different, like echinacea, for example. People will get on this echinacea bandwagon, and then little do they know that they're taking all this echinacea, and echinacea blocks thyroid. And then so the echinacea is helping their immune system, but then it's like, whoop, they start blowing up like blimps and they start getting chubby because they're taking too much echinacea. Oh, look at this. We have someone that's writing in conventional medicine is more compartmentalized and it doesn't integrate all systems and their interactions well. It doesn't integrate the whole being well. That's from a B.A. Durr. Yes. Oh my gosh. She looks like a queen. That is 100% girl. She gets it.
That's Dr. Durr, a very good friend of mine.
She is a queen. So I recognize her by what she just said. That's what it is. They're not integrating the systems. They're not looking. They go quick to Band-Aids for boo-boos. Here's your Band-Aid, you can't sleep. Boom. Here's your Lunesta. You got anxiety. Here's your, benzo. Here's your Xanax. Here's your alprazolam. Now the Xanax has made you like a zombie because you can't wake up in the mornings and you took it for your anxiety. Here's your Adderall. Thanks, doc. I needed legal meth. It's genetically modified version of meth, Adderall. Everybody's like, we have a bunch of meth heads running around. It's like zombie nation. Yeah, for real. It's like the zombie nation out there. It is. I'm like, Lord, how do we wake these people up? We got to educate them. We got to change our foods. We got to change the way things are happening in this country. It's not for the best interest of the people. It's for money and power.
And most of the time, you're right. It is, and that's a situation we find ourselves in. And today is it's not always in the best interest of, I say, the patient or the people.
Yeah.
It's all about the dollar. Got one quick question. I think we got about 2 minutes before the break. How does functional medicine integrate evidence-based interventions from both conventional and alternative medicine modalities to create a comprehensive treatment plan tailored to each individual patient. We got about 2 minutes before the break.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, no, okay. I'll try to do Reader's Digest version. Because functional medicine can be integrated into allopathic medicine, because there's a time and a place, right? There's a time and a place for everything. You have a big pharmaceutical, the conventional medicine, if they gave you an EpiPen, that's allopathic medicine, but they're using functional medicine because that's noradrenaline. When someone's having an anaphylactic reaction to something and they need something really quick, there's an example of how Big Pharma actually used functional medicine to create a medication that's literally saving lives, right? So when I say like not all of them are bad, penicillin is another example. That's, that's a natural antibiotic, right?
Mhm.
Penicillin is what grows on your toast if you leave it out too long, or your piece of bread, 4 days, 3 days later after just leaving it out. That's how you can tell when something's organic and natural, right? Is it growing penicillin on there? That's that mold. It's a
I tell
natural
you,
mold.
I never heard that saying. It grows on your toes, but
Yeah.
I tell you, we're having a very exciting conversation here, and wherever you're watching us at, you want to be part of the conversation. All you have to do, just go to the platform that you're watching us on, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. That's 1-888-344-1170. I tell you, KCBQ, the answer, FM 96.1, AM 1170. We will get you an answer. It's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And I got a good friend here, Dr. Jenny Curtman. And we're talking about functional medicines and some of the do's and don'ts. And also, I'm just getting an understanding of what that is. And I tell you, it's been exciting so far. And if you want to join in on the conversation, I already told you how to do it. Whichever platform that you own. Y'all get to it. Just go there, ask any question that you might have, or pick up the phone and call the radio station, FM 96.1 AM 1170 Answer, KCBQ, and my main man Todd will patch you through. So Todd, how you doing, man?
I'm always good. How are you, James?
Hey, man, what are you getting from this conversation so far?
Well, it's a good show. Like I always say, I'm taking some notes here, but it's important for us to put our health and can't put it on the back burner. It's something we got to be mindful of. And, there's alternatives to medicine that we were used to. And there's some other things that you need to look at if you're not getting results from your traditional doctors. And there's some other things out there that you can look into.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, I tell you, we got a whole lot more coming because we got 2 more segments. So, I want to get back to Dr. Jenny. Dr. Jenny, what are some of the common medical conditions that functional medicines or practitioners address? And what are some examples of treatment, motivation, functionality in medicines that promote ultimate health and wellness?
I think probably our most popular from what I've seen and what people are focused on and what the demand is with the consumer. Oh, let's see. We have someone here. Oh, another Dr. Durr. Medications interact with the body as selectively as the body's own chemicals and hormones. We got some smart people coming on here. This is great. But what I was saying is usually people come in for weight loss. They've tried everything and they're just done listening to their mainstream doctor that's just giving them Adipex, of phentermine, right? Or just telling them to eat X amount of calories, basically starving themselves. It's like such horrible advice. It's like, no, you're not supposed to suppress your hunger. You want to do it naturally, right? You do want the ghrelin and leptin levels working optimally, but most doctors don't test for those, chemicals. So I think weight loss is the big one where we get people to lose weight. Functional medicine is a medical specialty also. Yes. Woohoo. It is a medical specialty because it takes a lot of time. You said the average visit was 7 minutes earlier in the show. Yeah. The average visit for an initial consultation with functional medicine is 3 hours. You are literally talking to someone and getting to know them and building an emotional bond with the person you're talking to. They're not just your patient. That's your family member. Now it's like, I want to know everything about you, even your childhood. I want to know what your fears were. I want to know what moved you. The same, you're asking me. You and I are talking. We're getting to know each other, right? We ask questions. Now we give a lot of patient autonomy, yes, because the patient's going to know more what they're feeling. We can only go by how they're feeling. They want to be heard. They're not being listened to in mainstream medicine. And they're hurting. And they're realizing, oh, wait, I'm not Xanax deficient. It turns out I just needed a little B12 shot every week, Or it turned out I was so anemic. I was missing so much iron. Or it turned out I didn't have enough progesterone or testosterone. And now I feel like Superman. Right? So
Wow.
that's, yeah, so weight loss. And then the next one's the gut health. We get a lot of people that are so fed up with the system and taking their Prevacid, taking their omeprazole, taking all of these, PPIs that have a black box warning of stomach cancer. Yes, please. I would love a little stomach cancer with my acid reflux. That sounds fabulous, darling. No, stop with the madness. Probiotics, digestive enzymes, L-glutamine powder, right? These are real chemicals. There's biochemistry 101. Everybody, let's take notes. And what do these substances do in our body, right? L-glutamine, that's an amino acid. And that's in our body. That's what helps us to manufacture, to produce that intrinsic factor in our gut. A chemical that's necessary, right? But we're depleting that lining in our gut. We're depleting that intrinsic factor, that mucus, that lining that protects our stomachs, right? From having that, god awful pain from drinking too much espresso or drinking too much of the high fructose corn syrup that's literally digging holes in your intestines. Or forget about the leptins in our proteins, like our beans and our tomatoes, right? And that synthetic little leptin protein looks like a little thistle, like with little thorns all over it. And it's in our foods, and that's like scraping our intestinal lining on. And then and people don't take functional medicine to repair that. Because let's get serious, Dr. Cooley. We know people are going to cheat, like I said. So if you're going to drink your Coke and you're addicted to it, then be addicted to the good stuff that keeps repairing it. You got to hire some workers on that highway because it's a big mess, right? We got to fix the roads because there's going to be wear and tear. Think about that. It's also spiritual too. You're taking care of the temple. This is the temple of God. Clean it up. Ain't no Holy Spirit going to dwell in your temple if there's a bunch of dust all over the place, Jesus don't want to step foot in that.
I tell you, let's change the topic a little bit. Tell us a little bit about AgeVital and Wellness and how it all got started.
Oh, AgeVital Wellness, yes, 2012, February 2012, and that was a dream. I was a singer before I wanted to do all this. I loved to sing and I loved to dance, and I had a lot of energy to share, and that was a great way to share my energy, dancing and singing and making people smile. And God's like, nope, I got different plans for you, girl. You gotta stop what you're doing and you're going to go and do all the pre-med. I'm like, I was laughing. I've always loved science. I've always loved math. I was definitely a closet scientist, always blowing stuff up. But I also love to perform and sing and dance. And that was just like, what do I do? What do I do? So AgeVital was a dream. It was God literally telling me in a dream, here's the door, here's the name, here's the path. If you don't walk it, I'm going to and you don't want to disobey God, especially when he gives you the same dream 3 times. Whew, it was intense.
So Doc, what product and services do your company provide?
Let's see, services, vampire facelifts, like natural alternatives to Botox, Juvederm, Radiesse, all of those toxins that people are putting in their faces. We can do the vampire facelift, which is your platelet-rich plasma and PRP, right? The platelet-rich plasma. And then also the hyaluronic acid, and it's infused in your face, and it's your own blood dripping through. It sounds gross, but it's like unbelievable because it's you. It's your body. They're literally just drawing your blood and separating the serum and the plasma, all of that, and injecting it straight into your face. And that's so much better than Botox. That's so much better than the Radiesse, because you don't want to inject botulism in your face. That's so silly. And there's so many side effects to it. And it's like you just injected what they use at war for as a neurotoxin. This is what we use to kill, the opposing team. Why would you inject it in your face? Oh my gosh. Or anywhere for that matter. But they're like, a little bit does it? Yes. But people get addicted to it, and that stuff stays in there. Oh, it's terrible. But we have natural alternatives: skincare, wellness, bioidentical hormones for men, bioidentical hormones for females, pediatric care, pain management, big with, the medical cannabis and using cannabis responsibly, CBD, if, medical cannabis isn't for everybody. Some people just need CBD. IV drips, house calls. We're doing house calls. Nurses will go to the patient's home. And if we can't find a nurse, we contract a nurse to go to your home, right? So they can come in and offer whatever. Some people are just like, hey, I got a cold. I don't want a Z-Pack. I don't need antibiotics. I just need to give my body the tools that it needs. The patients that are with AgeVital, they're forever patients because they're learning lifestyle. They know, hey, I could still enjoy my cocktails and have a late night out and have my pizza, but I can go the next day and do the hangover drip, with one of AgeVital Wellness's nurses, right? Now, that's not to say just get drunk and have excuses. It's just saying you have a little wiggle room to be a little bad.
I tell you what, we my producer's telling me we have to take a station break right now. So we're gonna take a station break.
Oh, take a break.
A very exciting conversation, a very exciting discussion.
You have a great smile.
I think most of our viewers are down to the last 3 bags of popcorn. But I tell you, if you want to be part of this conversation, just go to the platform that you're watching us on, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. I promise you we'll get you an answer. Yes, your life, and we'll see you shortly after.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley. The J.C. Cooley Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was started in October of 2014. The J.C. Cooley Foundation continues to strive to expand its programs and offerings to the youth, young adults, and citizens of our great communities nationwide and overseas. We hope that you'll be able to take part in one or more of the many exciting events that we're offering this year and experience firsthand the pride we take in supporting our cause. It's our mission to equip the youth of today for the challenges of tomorrow. And we rely heavily on the generosity of individuals and business owners for support. Without the assistance of community-minded individuals just like you, we wouldn't be able to serve our youth each year. We ask that you make a commitment to support our annual appeal by making a cash donation. This year's goal is $50,000. Your generosity will assist us in making a difference in the lives of the youth in our community. You can give online at Cooley Foundation.
Heaven Abounds in You takes you on an inward journey of discovery that dramatically transforms your outward experience of life. Discover the power of belief. Utilize it in connection with science to create a vision of meaning and purpose that pulls you forward. Let go of the meager me to discover the magnificent me. Let go of your painful past and live life free from fear, worry, and stagnation. Experience an abundant universe as you powerfully create happiness, relationships, health, and limitless opportunities. When you heal your mind, all things are possible.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. You know, hey,
That reminded me of New York, this past New York trip. All of us on stage just woo. You guys got the moves though. Woo.
We're having such an exciting time here.
Yeah.
Just discussing functional medicines and as it relates to conventional alternative medicine and all medicines that's included. So I tell you, I hope that you're down to your last bag of popcorns. But cause this has been a show. And hey Todd,
Sir.
did that disco song take you back to a spot as well?
Yeah, like I was up in the club.
It's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday.
That's a good way to burn calories, though, dancing.
It is. That's functional medicine. See? So you're going to get that lingo. Is that functional? Ooh, if I'm going to eat this donut, what am I going to do to get rid of that donut? You know? It's like the yin and the yang. You got to have that balance. You got to go exercise. I do that with my kids. It's like, we are going to Sky Zone, and that's like a trampoline park. So I just turned 43. All the other mommies don't go jumping. They always tell me that their uteruses are going to fall out, you know? And I'm like, I can help you. I can fix you. I can.
Well, you know what? You know, you are doing so many great things, Dr. Jenny, but I want to talk about medical cannabis research. I mean, can you tell us about first of all, the research that's gone into medical cannabis, and where's you trying to take the research? What benefits is medical cannabis?
Oh, medical cannabis is another functional medicine plant, right? That's a seed-bearing fruit, you know? And I always go back to scripture and I'm like, oh my gosh, it says, do not eat any, you know, and any plants that don't bear seeds. And then I give you the whole entire earth, right? Your food is your medicine. It's like, wow, this is our planet. We live here. Everything that we have, God has given us for our benefit. Medical cannabis is one of those really healing plants. It's got more essential fatty acids than salmon does in a plant. So you get the alpha lipoic acid, you're getting the EPA, the DHA, and it's like, oh my gosh, and that's brain food. You need something, and turns out that essential fatty acids are a form of cannabinoids. And there's years and years, there are over 5,000 different studies internationally. We've been using cannabis forever because we have what's called an endocannabinoid system, just like we have an endocrine system that, you know, modulates and helps the hormones. That's what runs the hormones, the endocrine system, the study of the hormones in men and women. So the endocannabinoid system is for cannabis. What's regulating that CB1 receptor? What's regulating that CB2 receptor? The endocannabinoid system is the conductor to our entire body. You're talking about synaptic nerve endings through our entire body. And if that's not working, nothing's going to work in our body. That's like burning away at your electrical, you know, the wires behind your computer. If you're going to snip one of those, your computer is not going to work well. So you have to keep that system balanced.
You know, I think the word cannabis, people just has a negative stigma attached to it. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, marijuana, cannabis, everything, same thing. You know, do we want people to get hooked on this? So what is your response to that?
Right. That this is natural, that it's a system that, you know, is in our body. Everything has to be done responsibly. Right. And then that negative thought is anyways, because they've made people think it's a terrible thing. And it can be a terrible thing if you're not using the right type of cannabis. So I'm glad that we have some regulation now. Right. We should have regulations for all vitamins and minerals and supplements. It shouldn't even be sold over the counter, in my opinion, because healthcare professionals are the ones that look at, do you really need that? Are you going to over mineralize? You can die drinking too much water, Dr. Cooley. So it's like when somebody says, oh, marijuana is going to kill you. Yeah, you can die in water. There's a lot of people that get too waterlogged. They mess up their minerals because they drink water without minerals and they literally drown. There are thousands of cases every year of people dying with drinking too much water. So yes, you know, has there ever been any recorded deaths with cannabis? No. You know, but can cannabis, you know, not used correctly or the right strain? What if you take the strain that makes you tired and you're driving a car and then it hits you and then you crash? That happened to my ex-mother-in-law. So that's the whole reason. That's an actual story of mine where it's like, if it's medical, healthcare professionals need to be the ones behind it. If it's going to do anything, interact with your body system, doctors should be the one, you know?
Most definitely. So, you know, before we run out of time, can you talk about hormone therapy for men and women? And you know, what's interesting, every time we hear hormones, it's mostly associated with females, not really males. So can you tell us about the benefits and the different types of hormone therapy for men as well as women?
Yeah, that's a fabulous question. I love that because hormones is what keeps us young, right? When those hormones start to decline, we start to age and wrinkle and sag and get that crepey skin, you know, and you're like, oh my gosh, I look so tired. I look so drawn. I look so old. So I love feeling young, right? I want to be as healthy as I can. So hormones, you can test for that. You can test through saliva. You can test through blood. You can test through urine. And it's good to check all your hormones, progesterone, testosterone, thyroid, estrogen, pregnenolone, DHEA. These are the hormones that we would test for, pregnenolone, growth hormone, and all of these play a function within the body. The body has different glands that help to stimulate hormone production, whether it's the pineal gland, whether it's the pituitary gland, whether it's the ovaries, the testicles, right? It regulates everything, and hormones help to regulate minerals. So here's vitamins, electrolytes that hormones regulate. So everything it's like a metabolic orchestra in our bodies. Everything plays a piece together. So it's important. If guys are deficient in testosterone, those levels start to drop. Your man doesn't feel like himself. He feels tired. He feels foggy thinking. He doesn't feel strong. He doesn't feel desired. Screws with your mind. So why wouldn't you replace what you're lacking, right? Aging is just a deficiency of certain somethings called biochemistry, everything, right? Hormones, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, probiotics, cannabis. What are you deficient in? What are you using more of in your body? Because me doing this, I'm utilizing energy. My body's burning what's in my system. So I got to take my supplements every day. That's why we eat. Otherwise we starve to death. That's why we drink water. Right? So yeah, so hormone therapy, all of this, when you're testing for those hormones, you're putting back in the body what it needs. Now, the important thing to know though, here's the kicker, is not to take synthetic hormones. Don't take the ones from the animals that we talked about earlier. We're not pigs, we're not cows, we're not bulls. You can get from mainstream pharmacies like CVS and Walgreens, right? The big pharmaceutical companies, people know who they are, what they manufacture, and they're going to get something because you can't get a patent on natural substances, on bioidentical substances. That's like getting patent on your eyeball. So the way the pharmaceutical industry works around it to make a lot of money is to genetically modify it and make the mirror image of it. That's what they're doing. That's how the whole industry works.
Hey, Doc, we're down to about the last 2 minutes of the show, but Dr. Balance got a question for you. Can you read it and answer that in less than a month? Less than a minute? Yes.
Yes, it says, while teens aren't legally permitted to use cannabis in some states, research shows that the impact on the growing brain of teens can quite harmfully start with impaired memory and motivations. Yeah, and there is a happy medium. Not all teenagers need cannabis because the endocannabinoid system is actually in full blown at age 13. There are so much synaptic connections in the brain. So if you gave someone THC, that might short circuit them. And then they get that stoner, like, right? But then there might be the one that does need that THC. You know, there are companies, believe it or not, Dr. Balin Durr, right? That was her name on there, that actually tests for cannabinoid deficiencies. We have successfully isolated 110 molecules in the endocannabinoids. That's 110 that we know of. And there's over 500 different chemicals just in that cannabis plant. But yes, if you introduce cannabis too soon in a brain that already has a perfectly functioning, endocannabinoid system, that's phenomenal. But that's, in my opinion, I think most people are deficient in cannabis.
Wow.
That's why they're angry. That's why they're moody. That's why they're not happy. It's like, laugh. When's the last time you laughed?
You know what? We're down to the last minute of the show.
Social media.
Hey, Doc, we're down to the last minute of the show. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners how they can get in touch with you, reach out to you for your services and your help?
Yes. Go to AgeVitalWellness.com. It's right there, right below my name. Right here, right? Oh, I can't. You see? Wherever it is, you see it there on the left-hand corner. AgeVitalWellness.com has a breakdown, different sections, subsections. You can go to make an appointment section at the top drop box, and then you can see, all the different providers. If you want to pick me, choose me. But yes, I would love to talk to you. I would love to help you and see how I can help you live a healthier, vibrant, energetic, full of life, right? You only have one life. Live it to the fullest.
But Doc, I would like personally thank you for taking the time to come on the James Cooley Show. I would like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank my producers on all platforms, especially my main producer, Todd Pirate. But most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us for the James Cooley Show. It's your life. To learn more about Dr. James Cooley and how you can support the show or become a guest, visit CooleyFoundation.org. Join James for more motivation and inspiration to help you become equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. This has been It's Your Life with Dr. James Cooley, where you learn how to dream big, think big, and be big in everything you do.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.